something like this. Something like this builds roughly. Yeah, pretty similar. Okay, so the big thing, so like this is massive, like, right? So this is really massive, and so this is going to be here at 7.2, and then if you get bullet or if you skip bullet, and let's say you just get swift and then burst. So this is 12. This is roughly 12 minutes, maybe a little before, maybe a little less, right? So you have almost all your 4.8s except for your spirit, which is fine. So you're almost here, right? So at a certain point, like once, like Haze doesn't really want to stick too much in the side lane. Like she can, but she's best at roaming, right? With her invisibility and everything. But like if your lane partner decides to leave, then you unfortunately just have to stick here. You have to stick. Somebody has to stay on green lane. And if your partner leaves, then unfortunately that's you. And then what you do is like you take the minion wave, and the minion wave's done, and then they back off. Then you just come back here and you just weave in, and you do your camp. And then you get in nearby boxes, you break boxes there that were inside. You may get the boxes up top, and then you're like, okay, here's the next wave, and then you just come back and do the next wave, and then you rinse and repeat until either you get a power spike from your damage, and then you can contest and kill the enemy, or like you push the wave out, and now the wave is like, let's say they don't have their guardian and it's now up here, then you come over here and steal their shit. Ideally you want to steal their stuff, so like you shove a wave. I'll draw on this side. So you shove away, right? But then whenever, like, instead of like, if it's like 12 minutes, you don't really want to fight a walker, because you saw, you know, the game that I just saw, and people were just constantly fighting up at the walker or for no point, and we were losing. We lost it. We were about to lose the game because of that. But you push this up here, right? And then once you do that, you take their stuff and work your way down. So like you shove a wave, and if you can, you take their stuff and then you work your way back to your side. So like you shove, and if it's safe or if you're powerful enough, you take their camp and work your way backwards, because you're not always going to have their camp. All right, but you're most likely going to always have your camp. So when you work your way backwards and work your way down, what you're doing is you're getting ahead and you're starving the enemy team. So it's a 2-for-1. So that's how you maintain. That's actually how you snowball. If you're maintaining the lead, you both take a camp. But if you take their camp and your camp, you're drying them, because you're taking their souls while they can't have that soul source. And then you just have to catch every wave. So you push. Once their enemy wave is dead, you don't stay up there. You look for jungle or boxes to take, preferably theirs, and then come down. The next wave, and since they're every 30 seconds, the next wave, you do the same thing. If it's like all the way up at the walker, you don't go up there because you're gonna possibly die. Possibly. You just wait till it comes more neutral, or even all the way to your side if you really have to. And you just repeat that process, like I said, until you get enough souls that you skyrocket. And then you can kill the enemy, right? And you sleep, and then you just haze through that, and then you slow them, and you furry trance to shoot even faster, right? And then if you see them pushing up and they're fighting your wave before they kill your wave, you can wait in the veil and like, oh, they're there now, and then you do exactly what I just showed you. You sleep them while invisible, you slow them. You bullet dance, activate fury trance, and you kill them, and then you push a wave, and then you take their, like, if you did that, instead of staying here again, you would try to take all this stuff, and then you gradually rotate over and take their camp, or you look for enemies in their jungle, and if not, then you can then look for someone on blue or something like that and rotate that way. That's if you get forced to stay on your lane, you know, because you don't always want to do that. You said she's a pick character. Does that mean she should be alone before she snowballs? Not necessarily, no. So what I mean by pick character for Haze, because Haze is a different pick character. Because what I mean for a hit character, also, hi, Big Shrimp, sorry. Hope you're doing well. I was explaining. Since you, I guess, so like normal pick characters would be like Bebop, Holiday, and Paradox, and Mo, right? Mo-ish, because of his ult, right? Because his ult is a lockdown. Haze is a pick character in the same sense, in that you're looking for isolated characters while you're invisible. You sleep them, and then you just dance on them, and that's what you do. And you want to kill them while you can. You're looking to ambush to get a pick. That's why you're a pick character, and then you use that advantage to do something on the map. Pick as in pick them off. Yes, yeah, you're picking them off to do something on the map, and whether that to do something on the map is getting pressure in that lane, to steal the jungle, to do the urn, to do a buff, to do mid boss, to do the slots. Those things, like you're looking for a pick, if possible. You know, like this is like, you know, 10 plus minutes. Like once laning phase technically ends, that's kind of what you want to kind of transition to. Is you want to try to transition into picking characters instead of like, you don't want to necessarily be or like down here super farming this wave, or sorry, this tier 3 neutral, while you know there's a wave knocking on this door. That's bad, right? Because it's different like if you can kill it quick enough, but later on you always want to kind of keep pressure, right? And so since you kind of asked about mid game, that's kind of like your plan is like you want to keep pressure on your lane if you can, and then steal their shit. And if you can't steal the shit, you can go invisible. Look for someone, like honestly, like even stealing, instead of stealing the stuff like I talked about, is if you go invisible and can find one of their lone characters, like if there's a Wraith here and she doesn't have her ultimate, you can ambush her and kill her, right? And that's and then you come back to green and you did your job. You don't have to go necessarily join team fights, big team fights, because fixation, I don't know if you know this, Zayu, but fixation sucks when there's multiple enemies. When you do this, you actually don't want a lot of people in that. You want one person, maybe two at most. You take a break and get the new character drops and the new patrons. Nice, welcome back. Yeah, there's also there's a lot of people. There's a lot of changes are really good for the game, so it's nice to see that. You notice that? Okay, good. Because I was about to show you. So like, no deaths, enemy, and then let's do another enemy here, and no cooldowns, and then enemy. So like, if we do dance, we're seeing we're doing 13 and 14. If we do dance, we're look how much more damage is already on them. The reason why is because the bullets will target anyone in the ring. You shoot the same amount, technically. So if there's only one enemy, then they get hard focused, right? So that's why you want to look for that one character. So if you see this one character and you're mostly even souls and they don't have their ultimate or anything to CC you, you want to go in, you want to invisible, sleep dark, slowing hex, start bullet dance, fury trance, or just do everything with if this is on cooldown. If you're strong enough and you feel confident and you can kill them, which you'll get by just playing the game and like pressure or you know, experimenting. And you'd be like, oh man, I should have just waited till I had 1.6 more and had another item. That's kind of how you have to play Haze. You don't really want to go looking necessarily for the sake of like, there's a team fight in blue and I'm stuck over here in green. What the fuck do I do? Most of the time, honestly, you have to keep the lanes pressured. Someone needs to stay on a side lane. If it ends up being Haze or you, regardless, you need to be there because you need to keep, somebody needs to be there to keep the pressure up. Does that kind of answer my question or your